Record-breaking heat waves are reshaping South Korea's industries. Ice cream and beverage sales are rising as people look for ways to cool down. Major retailers are also seeing higher demand for cooling products, air conditioners, and summer items. As more people avoid going outside, food delivery and ready-to-eat meal orders are increasing. Orders for summer dishes and health foods have jumped, while online grocery shopping is also growing. Meanwhile, delivery companies are strengthening safety measures for outdoor workers by providing water, cooling equipment, and rest areas. Some companies are also expanding robot delivery services as an alternative during extreme heat. In local news, Busan Library said today more citizens are using public libraries this year. The city now has 58 public libraries, 5 more than last year. The number of library members also increased by about 13% to 780,000. The number of borrowers and books checked out rose slightly as well. Busan said the growth came as new libraries opened, making reading spaces more accessible. Digital reading is also becoming more popular. The use of electronic magazines and newspapers jumped by about 63% compared with last year, while ebook use continues to grow. Busan Library said reading habits are expanding through digital platforms. Busan City announced support for 1 year of pet insurance fees for citizens who adopt abandoned dogs from local adoption centers. The program is available to people who adopted dogs after January 1st this year and completed registration with an embedded microchip. Existing adopters can also apply until the budget runs out. The insurance covers medical costs for illnesses and injuries, including surgery and treatment expenses. It also provides compensation for damages caused by adopted dogs to other people or pets. The coverage lasts for 1 year from the date of enrollment. In international news, Reuters reported yesterday that Iran is using a strategy of limited escalation to pressure the United States without triggering a full-scale war. According to Gulf government officials and analysts, Iran aims to increase pressure by targeting key shipping routes and energy infrastructure. The goal is to convince the U.S. and its allies that easing tensions would cost less than rejecting Iran's demands over the Strait of Hormuz. Analysts also warn that the conflict could spread beyond the Gulf if no agreement is reached. And now for today's weather. Currently, it is 33 degrees Celsius. It will mostly stay cloudy this afternoon. With a heat wave warning in effect, please limit outdoor activities during the hottest part of the day and stay hydrated. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Sweet Date with Yoonji Lee. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Hello, lovely sweeties. Happy Tuesday and welcome to Sweet Date. So meeting someone new always comes with a little uncertainty. Nowadays, more young people are trying to reduce some of that uncertainty before taking the first step. And they may want to know what time the other person wakes up, what they eat, how they spend their evenings, and even how they feel about drinking, religion, or marriage. It may not sound very romantic, but for people who are very careful with their time, money, and emotions, knowing a little more in advance can feel reassuring. So today we're going to talk about a new style of dating, one that looks at everyday habits and values before letting romance begin. Now, let's start today's sweet date together.
17 할 말이 많은데 정리가 잘 안 돼 동화주 SOS 어떤 표현법을 써야만 내 마음이 전해질까 마음을 꺼내서 너에게 복사해 붙여야 하는 건가 어느 멋진 날에 나에게 짠하고 나타나서 내 맘을 취하고 시선을 빼앗고 넌 욕심쟁이 하고 싶었던 말은 Don't take this the wrong way but 너 말고 난 뭔가 It's so wise baby At the same time I know you Just can't get enough 날 너에게 속임없이 보여주고 싶어 너를 선택했고 난 너 단위로 집중해 널 볼 때 내 숨이 제할 것 같아 평소엔 난 그런데 예쁜 말 모두 모아서 받아주고 싶은데 앞에서 난 자꾸 들어가는 난 물을 마시면서 잔하지만 나는 너에게 더 끝까지 떠올랐던 그 말을 내일 꼭 하겠어 너 예쁘다 감기에는 약 배고프면 밥 너에는 나처럼 사전에 널 찾으면 하루 종일 됐으면 좋겠단 말야 근데 오늘은 대체 어떻게 해야 돼? 인터넷에 다 물어볼까 어떤 옷도 어떤 곳 공부를 이렇게나 해볼까 우리 서로를 선택했고 난 너 단위로 집중해 널 볼 때 나 숨이 제할 것만 같아 평소엔 난 그런데 예쁜 날 모두 모아서 받아주고 싶은데 앞에서 난 자꾸 들어가는 난 물을 마시면서 잔하지만 나는 너에게 더 끝까지 떠올랐던 그 말을 내일 꼭 하겠어 너 예쁘다 Can't take it no more 할 말은 있는데 Can't take it no more 지금 말하고 해요 I can't take it no more 편지를 쓰려다 I can't take it no more 참겠어 Baby 넌 왜 이래 너의 마음속을 달려가는 중인데 Baby 이제 거의 다 왔어 물을 마시면서 잔하지만 나는 너에게 영화처럼 달콤하고 예쁜 그 말을 날 넣지 밤새 연습했던 그 말을 잊고 두 주먹을 꽉 쥐고 말해주고 싶어 너 예쁘다 Rush on me Rush on me 난 하루 종일 새고 있어 꽃잎만 Rush on me Rush on me 난 꽃잎은 내게 어떤 답을 전해줄까
That was 예쁘다 by 17. And the song gave the group their very first music show win. And the members later said they were so surprised that they could hardly believe their own song had been announced. So behind all that energy is a very important memory there, the moment the group 17 earned their first trophy. And here's a question many people ask. Why are there only 13 members in a group called 17, right? And the answer is actually a little math formula here. There are 13 members, 3 units, and 1 team. And if you guys add that all up, you get 17. So the name is not a head count. It's more like their team equation. And hello, sweeties. We're live from our studio in Busan this Tuesday afternoon. And welcome to Sweet Date. Hello, guys. You're tuned into BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And it's me, Yoonji. Hello, guys. So let's read some messages coming in from our sweeties. We have Benny saying happy Tuesday, Yoonji, and everyone. Hello, Benny. Hope you're having a great day. It's the 4th of August, right? 4 days has passed. Ooh, how's our listeners doing on this 4th day of August? Ooh, 현철님 is checking in as well, saying 2등. Hello, 현철님. Thank you for checking in with us. And he's saying he feels great. I'm very happy to hear that everyone's doing great on this Tuesday. And Wiluna-님 is checking in, saying 你好吗? Yes, and there's been a little debate going on in the chat room talking about how there's a difference between 你好吗 and 你好, right? And Kaya is checking in, saying 안녕하세요, 윤지인 여러분. Hello, hello. So, I guess, like some Chinese don't say 你好吗, right? They just say 你好, right? And Kai was kind of clarifying that for us since he is also living in China. Yes. So a little pop-up segment there, huh? So anyway, guys, hope you guys are doing well. And 정부님 is checking in as well, saying 반갑습니다. Hello, hello. So today, guys, on my way here, I saw this news. And guess what, guys? And you might know that my birthday is on August, right? And there was this post up on the social, right? And we're expected to see up to 100 shooting star per hour on my birthday. Ooh, so I was very happy to see this. And if you guys are up at midnight on the 12th of August, you might see him, right? And try to make a wish while looking at the stars. Ooh, it might be really nice. So I was very happy to see this news. If it is true, right? So make sure you make a wish on that day. And I heard that it's gonna last up to like 4 a.m. So if you guys are up early in the morning, you can see him as well. So hope you guys are doing well on this Tuesday. We're very happy to have you here. And in the past, we were kind of talking about like the blind date in the opening. And in the past, a blind date often began with only a name, a photo, and a very short introduction. And the rest was discovered over a coffee, usually while both people try their best to look relaxed. But nowadays, some young adults prefer to check the details first through their short daily videos, personality tests, dating apps, or matchmaking services. They compare lifestyles and values before deciding whether to meet. And it makes sense, right? And at first, a great impression does not always mean two people can live with each other's habits. Still, there's one question worth asking. If we remove every possible risk before meeting someone, could we also miss the unexpected moments that make relationships exciting? Maybe love needs both a little careful checking and a little courage to press start button in your love life. So with that, here goes today's question of the day. So if you guys were to go on a blind date, what would you want to know about that person before a blind date? What would you want to know about someone before a blind date? 소개팅을 하기 전에 상대에 관해서 여러분이 궁금한 것은 무엇인가요? So that's our question for today. Would it be the basic info that we kind of talked about? The age, the place that they live in, job, education background, or their height, or the languages that they speak, as we talked about in the chat room, or maybe the relationship goals. Or it can go far beyond that, right? Such as personality, or their religion, or values, or maybe, their exercise habits, sleep schedule, or whether they have pets or not, right? Those really matter to some people. So I heard that there are people actually like exchanging their social media account ahead of their blind date. So I thought that was interesting. And it can be a good platform to kind of check out the habits and the values of that person that you're going to go on a blind date with, right? So what about you guys? It can be something out of the blue. It doesn't matter. So send in your answers through the following ways. You can text us at pound 9050, that's 샵 9050. And each text message costs 100 won. Also, on the Kakao Talk app, you can add us as a friend by searching BEFM or 부산영어방송 and send in your answers there. And we're streaming live on YouTube, so come take a peek inside the studio if you like. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 on YouTube and come join us in the live chat. And we're also on Instagram, so find us at sweetdate.befm. Send in your answer through today's question in our story, and we'll read your message on air. So while we wait for your answers, we're going to move on to our next segment. Now it's time for K-pop Dispatch, and it's time to discover a fresh few tracks from the K-pop scene. First up, we have D-Day by B1A4. So B1A4 is a South Korean boy group that debuted back in 2011, and their group name comes from the members' blood types. One having blood type B and other four being type A. But the official meaning behind their group name is Be the One, All for One. And now they promote as a 3-member group with Shinwoo, Sandil, and Gongchan. And B1A4 is known to stood out in the early 2010s with a softer image at the time, with cheerful melodies and a first love feeling. And the title D-Day feels especially meaningful right now because B1A4 is celebrating 15 years together. And they're doing it after starting their own independent company. And that means the members are no longer thinking only about singing and performing. They now sit in meetings and discuss practical things like budgets, schedules, and what their fans would enjoy. And they even chose the same date as their 2011 debut for their anniversary album, turning the comeback into a true full circle moment. So the song D-Day does not feel like a simple countdown. It sounds more like 3 longtime teammates arriving at a new starting line together. And next song, we have Battleground Korean version by Stray Kids. So Stray Kids is a South Korean K-pop boy group with 8 members under JYP Entertainment, who officially debuted in 2018. And they're widely recognized for its self-produced music, high-energy performances, and one of the most commercially successful K-pop groups worldwide. And the group has achieved multiple #1 albums on the Billboard 200, sold out major world tours, and built a large international fan base known as Stay. And the song here, Battleground Korean version, turns the music industry into a video game battlefield. But the clever part is that Stray Kids do not describe themselves as frightened soldiers. They call it their playground. And the lyrics move between pressure, rivals, ambition, and the determination to keep climbing. And that attitude fits Stray Kids perfectly. When critics once dismissed their powerful sound as noise music, the group did not soften it. They treated the criticism like a weapon and made that loudness part of their identity. And the song Battleground follows the same philosophy. Pressure does not mean game over. It simply means the next level has begun. And through the music, they're saying the stage is their battlefield and their weapon is their music. So hope you get to see the true colors of Stray Kids. So let's go listen to these 2 songs back to back. First up, we have D-Day by B1A4, followed by Battleground by Stray Kids.
빛의 조각을 찾아 달려온 시간 속에 헤매이고 있는 나 어디까지 왔는지도 모르겠지만 희미하게 번지는 초록빛을 따라가 I'm getting closer slowly 너의 멜로디 Your breath is like 얼마나 신기하지 걸어갈 이 spelling Don't let it fade away I know I'm 내게 안긴 순간이 참 낯선 dreams so feel feels like darling This is how we love, how we work, how we go I'm getting closer slowly 너의 melody Your breath is like 하늘 다시 뛰게 하지 Run through this ceiling 너를 따라와 달려와 내게 안긴 순간 is baby 있잖아 네가 어디 있든 right 찾아낼 거야 간절히 바랬던 네가 always 그래 너야 우리 비춰는 spotlight 멍석이지 마 지금 이 순간 is the day always 그래 너야 is the day 날아갈 것 같은 balance yeah is the day 간절히 바랬던 네가 always 그래 always the day 날아갈 것 같은 balance yeah is the day 지금 이 순간 is the day always 그래 너야 never let it go never let it go never let it go 끈을 더 꽉 매 찾아다녀 가방 빈 공간에 실력으로 꽉 차게 사람을 수 있을까 커져가는 불안감 점점 두려운 춤편 시선들이 압박감 그갈수록 더 박차려가 꿈에 다가갈수록 더 빡센 방향은 더 강력하게 되네 가면 그 방향물에게 내 발견해 I do it my way 내 자신을 믿어 I ain't gon' play 시간이 지나갈수록 다가오는 상태 보게 되는 replay 답을 찾아내 빨리 찾아내 길을 빨리 찾아 위로 빨리 가야 해 Listen up you better run for your life Cause I'm running to the top 난 갈 때까지 go up 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 Let me see your hands up 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 그 누구도 막지 못해 날 붙잡지 못해 날 벗어던져 go up 갈 때까지 go up 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 다 쏴버려 pow pow 지칠 때도 변한 건 없어 I'm a win on the battleground Ready for the battleground Ready for the battleground It's our playground Play game on the battleground 눈치 보며 살아 경쟁 속의 battleground 꿈이란 목표선에 포기는 매듭 지어 down 다음 레벨에는 대체 또 어떤 누가 있을까 점점 좁혀지는 압박감 벽에 떨리는 sound 가능이란 우리 갈고 닦고 또 시간을 벌기 위해 뒤처진 공룡들은 모른 척하면서 Run away 수많은 드라마들과 슬픈 가득 잡고 찾지만 또 뻔한 드라마 쓰기 싫어 나는 자꾸 파티 no day I do it my way 내 자신을 믿어 I ain't gon' play 시간이 지나갈수록 다가오는 상대 보게 되는 replay 답을 찾아내 빨리 찾아내 길을 빨리 찾아 위로 빨리 가야 해 That battleground gonna take what's mine 난 갈 때까지 go up 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 Let me see your hands up 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 그 누구도 막지 못해 날 붙잡지 못해 날 벗어던져 go up 갈 때까지 go up 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 다 쏴버려 pow pow 지칠 때도 변한 건 없어 I'm a win on the battleground Ready for the battleground Ready for the battleground It's our playground Play game on the battleground 조금씩 끄덕이는 고개 다가온 꿈을 내가 볼때 Battleground 나 좀 더 달려볼래 새하얀 희망으로 감은 내 머리를 도배 조용히 끄덕이는 고개 다가올 꿈은 내가 볼때 Battleground 나 좀 더 달려볼래 새하얀 희망으로 감은 내 머리를 도배 Let me see your hands up 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 그 누구도 막지 못해 날 붙잡지 못해 날 벗어던져 go up 갈 때까지 go up 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 다 쏴버려
That was D-Day by B1A4, followed by Battleground Korean version by Stray Kids. And for the Stray Kids song, the song was originally a track from their first Japanese studio album from 2023. And on August 1st, they released the Korean version included in their Stray Kids Replay 2026 Part 1 album as a special gift for their fans. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. All right, so let's check out today's question of the day once again, guys. What would you want to know about someone before a blind date? 소개팅을 하기 전에 상대에 관해서 궁금한 것은 무엇인가요? 설레. I'm very, excited to read your messages, guys. But before we do that, let me tell you the ways to reach us. You can send in your message through pound 9050, that's 샵 9050, and each text message costs 101. Also, you can join us for free on Kakao Talk. So on the app, type in BEFM or 부산영어방송, add us as a friend, and say hello there. And if you want to see what's happening here in the studio, we're live on YouTube, so search the same name and spend this hour with us. And we're also on Instagram. Woohoo! So find us at sweetdate.befm. And the story is up, so you can just send in your message through this story. All right. And so, guys, let's read what our sweeties are saying. On our Instagram, we've been getting lots of responses. We have Cool K name first saying MBTI. Ooh, so MBTI, guys, is one of the tests that kind of categorizes in 16 different personalities, and it kind of defines who you are. And he's saying MBTI chemistry is important. This is truly important, right? Nowadays, people tend to ask each other, they don't ask the blood type. They ask, what's your MBTI, right? And that they kind of categorize you. They sometimes they put you in a box if you say you're this kind of type, right? So that's why I try not to ask them. But somehow I can feel if they are in the same category as me or not. Because the way they talk or they think about some type of standards or the things that they value in life, then I realize, maybe he or she is the same MBTI as me. And when I ask them, guess what? It's true. They have the same MBTI. So I guess we can kind of sense that, right? And also we have Tristan Neem saying if we are related or not. So before the blind date, checking whether you're related to that person or not. I guess this applies to the people back in the days because, they used to have this 맞선, which is kind of like blind date in the old days. But it used to be their family's friend, right? So, and especially in Korea, we have a lot of common last names. For my last name, it's Lee, right? It's super, super common. So people used to ask, what route are you from? Is it Gyeongju Lee or is it Jinju Lee? Right? The region that you're originated from. So yeah, I think that really matters too. I'm sure you guys have that in your country as well. So if you guys have that, share with us. We would like to share your culture. Also, Kainim is saying Ni hao ma means hello. How's it going? And Ni hao means hello. How are you? Oh, that's interesting. All right, and Benny is saying for the text topic, probably how the person works hard and maintain their composure at work. Ooh, okay. So work-wise, he wants to know if that person is competent or not. And he's saying, I should request date by Isora. But Napiri said we'll play my earlier request this week. So we'll see how that goes, all right? And Hyuntarnim is saying for the question of the day, I'm curious about her religion. Oh, okay. So, for me too, since I go to church, yeah, I kind of, focus on that as well. But most of all, I think the person really matters. Right? And Jimmy is already in the studio, and as we were kind of talking about the question of the day, we were talking about how look is important, right? I know that some people tend to avoid that answer, but to be honest with you guys, look kind of matters, right? You don't want to look dirty when you're going on a first blind date. So yeah. And we have Jenny checking in saying happy Tuesday, Yundi and Jimmy. Hello, Jenny. She's saying, I love Yundi's hairstyling for today, which looks like the cowgirl from Toy Story. Jessie, right? So Jessie plus Yoonji equals Junji. Sounds like Jumanji. All right. So anyway, thank you guys for all your messages. And I'm going to read your messages throughout our show. So keep it coming, guys. So today's question, what would you want to know about someone before a blind date? 소개팅 전에 여러분이 알고 싶은 거 많죠? The look, the personality, their family background, or their educational background, or their appearance, right? Or maybe their height. That matters to some people. All right, so it's now time to ask our Dr. Love about his answer. So I'm sure he's prepared for this. All right, so without further ado, let's welcome him in. Welcome back to Love Psychology 101. And for this, we have Jimmy here.
Yay!
Hello.
Dr.
Woohoo.
Jimmy here.
Dr. Love Jimmy.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
It's good. I
Yeah?
mean, we all are suffering from this heat wave,
Oh,
but I
yes.
think at least today it's kind of windy outside, even with that heat.
Yeah.
But still, it's better than
He's
any other days.
surviving, right?
Yeah, I survived. That's why I'm here.
Ooh, all right. So anyway, have you been on a blind date before?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay. 팬들이 떠나가는 소리가 들리네.
Yeah, when I was 16. I'm just kidding.
A sweet 16. Okay, very early. All right. So, what would you want to know about a person before a blind date?
Back then, I only would fall for looks,
uh-huh.
right? Like, the way how they, dress up or
their fashion
the
style.
fashion style and everything else. I mean, the appearance.
Yeah.
That mattered the most, like back then. But as time goes by, now I tend to think like what things they value the most. But unless we actually meet in person, how can I be able to figure that out? So
That's so true.
yeah.
Did you ever see anyone like exchanging their social media accounts?
Oh yeah,
before
yeah,
the blind
yeah,
date?
yeah. I've seen it. Yeah,
I
I've
thought
seen
that
it.
was very interesting.
Right? But these days, because honestly, back then, I used to just exchange photos,
Oh.
right?
through your friends.
Right, through your friends.
Right, uh-huh.
But nowadays, I don't think I'll be able to fall for that either because they Photoshop too much.
I know. Or maybe like I think you can send the worst picture that you have so that
that's a good
the
idea,
person won't
too.
be let down.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I should actually tell my friends to do that.
Like make the creepiest face ever and
No,
send
but
it to the
then you won't even get to have a chance.
Oh,
Period.
That's true. Oh, that's true.
They're like,
That's so true. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he wants to know about the general look of
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's more about the value
yeah.
that they have. Oh.
So in that case, you cannot really figure that out just browsing through their social medias because you cannot really tell. So
And you try to like kind of make the best impression on social media,
Yeah.
right? With the best look that you have.
I know. So for me, the first impression matters the most. So which means you actually got to meet that person.
Yeah.
Because no matter how handsome nor pretty you are, if your voice goes like, from my perspective, if you're like, hi, Jamie, hello, then it just like turned me off.
Oh, he's like a Donald Duck or something.
Right? You know what I mean? Yeah,
gonna
you
be
look like a prince and then you goes, hi, Andy. Then you're like,
Good. Oh
never
my gosh.
mind.
I know.
Right?
Ooh, all right. So anyway, thank you for that voice acting right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really fun.
Right.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna get into our Love Psychology 101. Tell us what we're talking about today.
Yeah, today's topic is pretty interesting. We are talking about the de-idolization phase. It is a stage when the early excitement actually begins to settle down and your partner start to look less perfect and more human. But it's it's so realistic though. And their like habits become easier to notice and their flaws may bother you more and you may just suddenly wonder, were they always like this? At the beginning, they seem to be perfect. But I don't know, maybe like after 3 months, roughly like, I don't know, after 100 days, you just seem to figure those little tiny things and it just appears, right?
That's true. This is coming from the statistic guy, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, seeing their partner more realistically and kind of humanizing them at some point in their stage. So this is what people often mean when they say the honeymoon phase is ending.
Yeah, I mean, that's the exact word. Yeah, exact expression. At the beginning of the relationship, we just naturally focus on the qualities we like. But later, as time goes by, we also begin to notice unanswered like messages, forgotten promises, different habits and reaction we had not seen before. The person may not just have completely changed, but we are just simply beginning to see more of who they really are.
Yes. So I guess, that kind of factors can be disappointing for some, right? But I guess it's a normal part of getting closer to that person.
Know. That's why you gotta accept that nobody's are perfect.
Oh, so
And,
true,
yeah.
right? I gotta ask you this. When you fell for someone, Jimmy, did you fall for the person they actually were or more of the version of them that you imagine in your head?
I guess, yeah. I mean, at the early stage, I used to fall for the second one. Because you always have all these like imagination and I wish this person could be this way. And you kind of have those kind of those tiny little things. It like kind of catches in your eyes and you just dive in for it. But in the end, as what we just mentioned, nobody's perfect. So
True.
it doesn't mean that that person is willing to hide those, but it just
comes out.
Yeah, comes out.
At some point, right?
Right.
So there's no like Prince Perfect Charming or Princess Charming,
Yeah,
right?
right.
All right. So now moving on to our next part. Why does someone often seem almost perfect though at the beginning? Question.
I mean, honestly speaking, like new love creates excitement. That's why if you're solo, you always tend to find those like true love through like having lots of blind dates, right? And hope and strong emotional focus. Because of that, positive qualities feel brighter. And while negative qualities may seem small or even charming. Yeah. So at first, you may just think they are so spontaneous. But months later, they just, the same quality may feel like, why do they never make a plan?
So the trait may be the same, but our interpretation kind of changes.
Exactly. I mean, we also fill in what we do not know with our own expectations. And before we know someone deeply, we may just assume they communicate like us or think like us. So you kind of want to just to find the perfect idol type of yours, right?
I see.
Yeah.
So I guess, the reality slowly becomes clearer.
Yeah.
So why can a small habit suddenly feel like a big problem in relationships, though?
I mean, because it just creates a gap between expectation and reality. And you may just have believed your partner was always considerate, calm, or easy to communicate with. Then they just forget something important, like react badly under stress or misunderstands you. Because, again, nobody's perfect.
True.
I mean, I may be calm. Like most of the time. But when I'm like really, really under pressure or when I'm really stressed, then if you just to say something to like really hit me, then how can I be able to remain myself calm at all times?
True. So I guess the situation kind of like changes, not changes, but kind of like makes you act in a different way.
I know, but it doesn't mean that that person is always that way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So now, guys, we are going to check out this couple who are going through this phase where partners' flaws start to bug you, all right? So we're going to play a couple again. So let's figure it out. Jimmy, why are your socks on the floor again?
Oh, come on. I was just going to pick them up. And are we really arguing about socks?
It's not only the socks. When we first started dating, you seemed so organized.
I mean, that is because I cleaned before you actually came over. Duh. I was just trying to impress you.
So this is the real you?
Well, Yundi, unfortunately, yes. But the real me can still pick them up.
Good. That might save their relationship. Phew.
Wow, wow,
Wow. So this is a couple whose rose-colored glasses are starting to come off, right?
But also at the same time, I bet all the listeners out there, and including us, maybe, we all have gone through this kind of things.
Yes, indeed, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So before we go on a song break, guys, we want to ask you guys, what do you consider your partner's flaws? Okay. Also, have you been in a relationship where the rose-colored glasses started to come off? All right. So let's go listen to the song. Here is 좋아 by 박재범.
Yeah, this goes out. Man, you know who you are. Let's go. Check it.
Ooh baby 너무 좋아서 you're driving me crazy 네 생각만 해도 기분이 좋아 기분이 좋아 기분이 좋아 나나나나나 이 느낌 너무 느끼게 할 수 있는 느낌 나 죽을 때까지 느끼고 싶어 내 곁에 있어줘 아낄 수 있어 아낄 수 있어 언제나 너만 바라봐 나도 모르게 괜히 웃음이 나와
Welcome back, everyone. That was Choa by Park Jae-bom. And you guys are listening to Love Psychology 101 with Jimmy here in the studio on our sweet date. And before the song break, we were kind of talking about the flaws and how sometimes, there's a couple whose rose-colored glasses come off during some point in their relationship, right? And now we've been getting lots of messages about today's topic. So would you like to read some of it for us?
Yeah, sure. 현철님 says, Jimmy, did you have 휴가 vacation? I mean vacation. I had vacation at 한림 월령포구 and rest there. We just did 물놀이 there, not diving though.
Oh, did you have 휴가?
Not yet.
Not yet, yes. And we're going to have like a vacation edition of Sweet Days very soon. And we're going to let you guys know. So make sure to tune into that. Ooh. And Jimmy's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And also, we have Siwon Dunim saying, once I start noticing my partner's flaws, they do tend to bother me. But when I take an honest look at myself, I realize I have flaws too.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got to ask you this though. What would be relationships red flag for you or deal breakers? For simple flaws, it'd be like, being late or being messy or picky eater. But for serious problems, it would be like anger issues or a lack of honesty or the person shutting down and refuse to communicate. What would be some of the serious problems to you?
You already mentioned it. All of them all.
All of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not being honest, being late all the time, and what was like just
Picky
shutting
eater?
down. Picky eater. I mean, I wouldn't like it because I'm not like that. I just eat whatever. But that I can understand because that's just their character. But in case of just shutting you down or not being honest. Well, if I have to choose one, honesty.
Oh,
Yeah.
honesty. Okay, that would be a serious problem for you.
Like picky eater or whatever, if she doesn't like to eat some a particular menu, I won't be able to eat that for her for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But that I can under control. But her just lying to me all the time.
That would be a serious problem, right?
Yeah.
I see.
I don't think I'll be able to endure with that.
So true. And we have Siandinim saying, before a blind date, I want to know about the person's personality. If our personalities are completely different, the conversation might feel awkward or difficult. Oh.
But yeah, makes sense. But that's the tricky part. How can you be able to find out that person's characteristics or personality before you actually get to face them and talk?
This is a good question.
Right?
to ask. Yeah. I mean, everyone has a different personality, right? Even your family members.
Yeah. Because your friend can just say, oh, she's really kind. But there's like hundreds.
Different traits.
Yeah.
Oh,
How can you be able to just,
so
figure
true.
out?
Even when I look at myself, I find myself very angry at some weird points. Right?
That's what I meant.
I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that I had this kind of side of me, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess, you can kind of give them the benefit of the doubt in the beginning of the relationship, right?
True. Makes sense.
All right. So now we're going to get into the second part. How can we tell the difference between an ordinary flaw and a serious problem, though?
Like, honestly speaking, some flaws are just normal differences. I mean, your partner may be messy, forgetful, quiet, or need more time alone than you do. These things may require patience and communication. And once again, these type of things, you can just basically accept and endure and try to compromise.
Yeah.
But in case of lying and fake, that I cannot deal with.
His voice is changing. Right.
But like repeated lying and controlling behavior and disrespect. imitation or ignoring your boundaries are not simply imperfection. Imperfection.
That's like the red flag, right?
Yeah.
So accepting someone's flaws does not mean like accepting every kind of behavior.
Yeah, exactly. A useful question is, does this behavior simply annoy me or does it just damage my trust, safety, or self-respect? And it is also important to just notice how your partner responds when you raise the issue. A healthy partner may not change immediately, but they should be willing to listen and make an effort out of it.
I see. So the behavior matters, but their attitude towards solving it matters too, right?
Definitely, very much. And even a difficult difference can become manageable when both people are willing to work on it.
So now, for the couples out there or the future couples, how can they get through this stage in a healthy way?
I mean, honestly speaking, do not compare the
so
present
true.
relationship with the earliest days all the time. Because the beginning felt exciting, partly because everything was new. And you're kind of just falling in for that person like 150%, right?
True.
And long-term relationship just naturally feels different. And different does not always mean, worse or bad.
Yes. I mean, like, in the beginning, people are not trying to be fake. They're just trying to show the best size that they have toward the other person.
I know.
Yeah. So I guess, something deeper later in relationship can replace that.
So honestly speaking, don't do too much. Don't do...
In the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning, of course. Just
okay.
up to the certain point where you can be able to manage and handle. Because
that's true.
some of my friends, they overreact or go out of the limit.
Like drop them off to their work in the beginning of the stage, and later on they don't drop them off, and they're like, why has your love changed, right? That gives them headache.
I know.
They haven't changed.
Right, they haven't changed. It's just that like at the early stage, you just want to be with them 24/7.
Yeah.
So you just tend to like skip what matters the most for you,
True.
right, in a daily lives. But
Yeah, I guess
it's
that
the
matters.
reality.
All right. So now, can love become stronger after the ideal image fades? We're moving on to our next part.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That is when love becomes more of a choice. At first, attraction and excitement may feel automatic, but later, when you see differences and imperfections, you decide how to respond. And real intimacy does not come from believing someone has no flaws. It just comes from the seeing each other clearly and still treating each other with care.
I think that matters the most, right?
Yeah.
So what would be our final takeaway for our listeners?
Yeah, the de-idealization phase is when the perfect image of your partner just begins to fade and the real person becomes clearer. And that can feel disappointing, but it does not always mean the relationship is failing. And it may just mean the relationship is becoming more honest.
That's true.
Yeah.
So one of the most important things that Jimmy has mentioned is to not compare the relationship with the early stage.
I know.
Right?
You're not supposed to compare with other couples too. I mean, that's like must.
Yeah,
right?
that's a must. True.
But also at the same time, you're not supposed to even compare those early stages.
Right, of the relationship. All right. So anyway, Jimmy, thank you so much for sharing this wisdom to us.
Yeah. I also learned a lesson out of myself.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And have a good week, and we'll see you next week.
Same to you too. See you next week.
All right. And that's going to do it for the first hour, everyone. We'll be back at 1. And here is Date by 이소라.
휴일 아침에 놀이공원 푸른 동산 해는 쨍쨍 구불구불 미로를 돌아 신나는 여행을 떠 붕붕 나르는 커피잔 분수대 시원한 오후 지나 까만 밤하늘 불꽃 평평 라라라라리라 라라라라리라 너에게 연락은 오지를 않았어. 눈물이 흘러 가슴이 아파. 아니야 잠시뿐이야. 아닐 거야 아닐 거야 아닐 거야. 나를 달래지 마. 네가 떠난 빈자리만 커져가. 너를 다시 봐도 넌 내 사랑. 수백 번 봐도 난 네 사랑. 하늘이 맺어준 넌 내 사랑. 네가 잠시 길을 잃은 것뿐이야. 다시 태어나도 너만 바래. 다시 사랑해도 너만 바래. 돌아올 거야 돌아올 거야. 네가 없는 날은 없으니까.
날 사랑한다 해놓고 도대체 어디로 떠난 거야 나를 버리고. 잡은 내 두 손까지도 우리 약속까지도 난 버리고 깨버리고 어떻게 떠나.
꿈일 거야 꿈일 거야. 나를 속이지만 나만 혼자 남겨진 게 서러워. 너를 다시 봐도 넌 내 사랑. 수백 번 봐도 난 네 사랑. 하늘이 맺어준 넌 내 사랑. 네가 잠시 길을 잃은 것뿐이야. 다시 태어나도 너만 바래. 다시 사랑해도 너만 바래. 돌아올 거야 돌아올 거야. 네가 없는 날은 없으니까.
빛보다 더 리얼했던 꿈이었기를 나는 바래 널 바래 아직도 너를 원해 다시 돌아봐도 넌 내 사랑 수천 번 봐도 난 네 사랑 하늘이 허락한 넌 내 사랑 우린 잠시 멀어졌던 것뿐이야 다른 여자 봐도 너만 바래 다른 사랑해도 너만 바래 돌아올 거야 내가 없는 너는 없으니까 다시 태어나도 너만 바래 다시 사랑해도 너만 바래 돌아올 거야 네가 없는 날은 없으니까
And that was Pare by FT Island. And FT Island is one of the most influential Korean bands popularizing the idea of an idol rock band. And before the song, the band was best known for emotional rock ballads filled with heartbreak and dramatic vocals. But with this song, Pare, they deliberately showed a brighter, more playful side that felt much closer to their actual age at the time. And the members even said it felt like they were finally wearing clothes that truly suited them. So this song was not only a hit, it was FT Island proving that they could smile just as powerfully as they could cry. And hello, sweeties. Coming up in hour number 2, Andrew's going to join us for Bite-Sized Banter with another everyday question, some honest reactions, and one of his playful mini skits. And then we're going to slide into Screen Bites, where we get to pull a useful English expressions from a movie or TV scene. And later on, Flashback will take us back to Korean dances from the 90s and 2000s, packed with those memorable hooks and nostalgic energy. But before all of that, we're going to hear today's question of the day once again. What would you want to know about someone before a blind date? So if you guys were to go on a blind date, what will be the first thing that you want to know about that person? 소개팅을 하기 전에 상대에 관해서 궁금한 것은 무엇인가요? Is it the appearance? Is it the height? Or is it the MBTI, as our sweeties has mentioned? Or maybe the religious factors or some other things, all right? So send in your messages through pound 9040, that's 샵 9050, and remember, text message costs 101. Also, you can message us for free on Kakao Talk app. So type in BEFM or 부산영어방송 on the app and add us as a friend and send in your free messages. Or we're also streaming live on YouTube. So if you want to take a peek inside the studio, go ahead and do that by typing the same name and joining us in the chat room. And we're also on Instagram, so find us at sweetdate.befm and send your answer on today's story that's up right now. All right, so let's see what our sweeties are saying right now. We have PK-님 saying, hi, Yunji. Hello, PK-님. Thank you for checking in with us. What's your answer for today's question of the day? I want to know. If you were to go on a blind date, what would be the first thing that you want to know about that person? Also, we have Kai-nim saying, I'd like to know her personality the most. I've seen many people regret marriage because they care too much about appearance. Some of my friends even sleep in separate rooms from their wives. Is that true? I guess, personality, if you look in the long run, personality matters the most, right? If you have like a weird personality, then it would be hard to maintain that relationship, right? Yes, this is so true, right? That's why there's a saying in Korea, if you marry a pretty person, it's gonna last about like few months. But if you marry a wise wise wife, then that's gonna go for a long run. Do you guys have that similar saying in China? I'm curious. Also, Siwon Dunim is saying someone mentioned MBTI, and I think that could be important too. If we're both introverts, the blind date might be very quiet because we both be too shy to talk. Yeah, this is so true. I mean, but like if you guys were on a blind date together, two introverts, I think one person would step up, and that would be normally the guy, right? I think, like somehow the introverted woman is shyer than the guy introverts, right? So, Siwon, when you were to go on a blind date, are you the one to step up and kind of ask the question? Because if you ask like the question to that person too much, I think the person's gonna feel burdened and feel like they're being interviewed by their boss, right? That's why it's like, I don't know. They're tiptoeing around that person. 현철님 is saying B1, A4의 뜻이 B형 1명이고 A형 4명이라서 B1, A4이죠. Yes. This is what their fans actually kind of define them as, right? And they were in the beginning of their career, they were known as the blood type K-pop idol. But the official meaning, if you look them up, behind their group name is be the one, all for one. And yes, I used to love this group. Like, I haven't listened to their song in a while, but it was like unusual for an idol at the time because like one of the members there used to be 5 people in the group, but one like member wrote and composed and produced many of the like biggest hits of their songs. And 2 of their songs that I want to share with you is one is Lonely. By B1A4, and that was like their biggest and most acclaimed ballad. Yes, and that was also produced by 진영. And another song would be A Lie, 거짓말이야. 그때 거짓말이야. Yes, and so he used to be like the primary songwriter and producer in B1A4, but he left the group. He became another member. Shinu became the main producer of the group. So I thought that was very interesting. Yes. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for all your messages and keep it coming. If you guys were to go on a blind date, what would you want to know about your date? All right, so that's our question. And let's go listen to another song by boy K-pop group. And here is Paradise by Infinite.
고장난 내 마음이라 이대로 보낼 순 없어 어쩌자고 흔들 흔들 위태로워 보여도 나
back, everyone. It's my Sized Banter time. And for this, we have Andrew here joining us in the studio.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
It's me.
My friends used to tease me when I did that when I
Yeah.
was posing for a picture in the States. They were like, what does this mean?
It's so,
Yeah.
and I hope, hey, if I get in trouble for this, it's an Asian thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or a very Korean thing. You know, that's when I first came here. Like, not that I mocked like my coworkers and stuff, but it was like all the kids are like kimchi, and I was just
And
like,
they
what's
held
going
their-
on here?
Yeah, I know.
You know, and I would just be like, "Ooh."
And for radio listeners, we were just doing the cheese thing,
The V,
right? Yeah,
the V, victory.
Oh, so people were like, "Oh, Yunji, you're silly," right? I was like, "Why is this silly?" Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just so different. But also, like in Canada and America, I don't think before, you know, like the Korean heart, you know, that is, a lot of people do that now. But I feel like some of my friends used to do like the peace sign or whatever it was, but not as much as like when I came to Korea. It was like, oh my goodness. I remember I worked at a kindergarten when I first arrived, and I wanted to take a picture so that I could, you know, send to family and friends. And it was just instant, boom. Every kid was like, and I was like, I got to do it too.
I don't know what that means, but
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
was
do
like,
it too.
"Yep."
Oh, that's so cute. All
That
right.
was awesome.
So anyway, yesterday we kind of talked about traveling,
We
whether
did,
to
yep.
hotel or camping,
Yep.
right? And in extent to that, we're gonna kind of talk about after the
Ooh,
trip.
the
Okay.
post-trip blues.
So let's get into Vinny's skit and talk about it.
Sounds good.
All right. So Andy, your trip ended 3 days ago, and why is your suitcase still there?
It's not a suitcase anymore.
Then what is it?
A memory box.
It has dirty laundry inside.
Memories, you know, can be a bit complicated.
Sure it can. So here goes the question, guys. Do you unpack right after a trip or just leave it for days? 여행 후 여러분은 짐을 바로바로 푸는 편이신가요? 아니면 며칠째 그대로 두는 편인가요? Like a statue.
Yeah, this is something I feel it's one of those things. It's not like I do it or I don't do it. It's a type of person. You know, it's like, you know, are you a morning person or a night person? Are you, you know, a coffee or a tea, cake or pie, you know, that kind of thing. And, or hotel or camping.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
So I think this is totally a personality trait.
And to add on to that,
Oh, you got a quiz for me?
No. I personally think that it depends on what kind of trip you had. For instance, if you were on a busy, like hustling, bustling kind of trip,
Sure.
then for me, like even though I usually unpack right after,
Yeah.
I would leave it.
Yeah, I think for
For a
me
night.
also it depends. Like for example, you know, if I go to, say I went to Seoul or to Japan or you know maybe a quick trip to Jeju-do. If say I was gone for 4 days,
Just
I
clothes
u-
trip.
Yeah, I usually pack enough clothes for that many days. And I don't need to do laundry while I'm away. So to be honest, when I come back from a weekend or say a 4-day trip even, long weekend if you will,
Yeah.
I get home and everything goes right into the washing machine.
Oh.
Even if I didn't wear the clothes, they're going in there. Just because I've had them with me traveling, blah, blah, blah. So I try to, I'm sure you as well, you plan out some outfits or, okay, I could wear this, I could wear that, not this. Make sure you bring enough underwear and socks and that
Yeah,
kind of things, right? So you don't have to do laundry. And for me, that goes all right into the washing machine. But I will say, when I go to Canada and we come back, typically I have a lot of new clothes, right? Or my kids have a lot of new clothes. My wife has a lot of new clothes. And some of them are for like fall and winter, you know, and maybe still have the tags on them. And, you know, so to wash them right away, no. But I will say my dad, this is really funny. My dad is a smoker but doesn't smoke in the house. But it was funny when we came back from Canada, we opened the suitcase and my son goes, that smells like Papa's house. Because it smelled like it still had a little bit of like a cigarette smell. So my wife was like, well, this makes it pretty easy. We just washed everything right away, and it was like our detergent, fabric softener, and everything. So everything got washed. So, but
it makes it go away.
oh yeah, definitely. But I would say when I was younger, I was the type of person that my suitcase would be there for 2 weeks.
Oh, did anyone say anything to you?
I don't think I had many people that would have came over to my house. So like living here in Korea, like in a one room or whatever, maybe like my wife was my girlfriend at the time, maybe she would have been like, hey, what's going on with this, right? But my wife, on the other hand, is a complete opposite.
Oh, seriously?
It's like she'll get home and maybe she might, like, if she gets home like late on like, say at like 10 p.m. or after, the suitcase will stay by the door.
Oh.
And then in the morning it comes in and it's like back out there for me to put it away kind of thing when I would get home from work. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting how you guys have different styles, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh.
How about yourself? For example, we'll do two scenarios.
Okay.
Short trip, 4 days. You're in Seoul, come back to Busan. What's happening with because I'm sure you're just taking like a carrier, right? Your carry-on or whatever. What's happening with that?
I actually take my sports bag, which only
sporty.
holds up to like 2 or 3 outfits.
Okay, so
right?
3 days. There you go.
Yeah, and I've learned my lesson through my Israel trip.
Yeah.
That you don't need that much clothes.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
So I've learned a lesson there, and I normally like take, I don't know, just 2 tops and 1 bottom.
Okay. All right. So
Simple.
when you get back, is that stuff right into the laundry?
Yeah.
How about
Like
if you went for like 10 to 20 days?
10 to 20 days. Okay, that changed this game here.
Because you're gonna have to do laundry.
How many outfits do we normally like take turns? Like 3, 4?
I don't know.
Oh man, I would take like 4 whole outfits.
Yeah.
And then just mix and match all together.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I think some people
So
do that.
when you get back from that, what are you doing?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay. But would it be like 3 days to a week before it gets unpacked?
Not as long as that. Like I think just a day or 2.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be able to handle, a bag like sitting in front of my doorstep.
I'm like that now. I'm like
that
that
just
now.
annoys me, huh?
Yeah, it's just like, come on, are we using this or are we not? Yeah, get rid of it.
But you said like back in Canada, you would just leave it for...
No. Back,
No?
I never traveled at all back in Canada. I mean, I did, but I mean, like when I'm saying Korea, like when I first arrived in Korea, and then like when I would go back home to visit and come back to Korea, like stuff, my suitcase would just be like,
just like a
there.
Statue of Liberty.
That would be my wardrobe for,
Or like,
It's
I need socks.
The
right?
Lion, the Witch, and the suitcase, not the wardrobe.
Yeah, so anyway, coming back to the question, guys, do you guys unpack right after a trip or just leave it for days until you kind of, go back to your routine and kind of have the time to kind of unpack, all right? So send in your answers, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And that was today's bite-sized banter segment, guys. So coming back to the topic once again, do you unpack right after a trip or leave it there for days? All right. That might be a smack on your butt, right? From your mommy. 여행 후 짐을 바로 푸는 편인가요? 아니면 며칠 두는 편인가요? So that's our question. And we've been getting lots of answers. So today, let's get right into the answers from our sweeties. We have Holly saying, I know it's just an excuse, but I sometimes leave my suitcase open because it makes my home feel like I'm still on vacation. This is so true. And like some days, you don't feel like unpacking, right? Because it's a hassle. But sometimes you want to have that post-trip feeling, right? Holding on to that. I'm sure like some of you who went to a Europe trip for a month or so might want to stay like, hold on to that feeling, right? And one of the like the most interesting thing about that, like having your bag, is you know how they have like tags or barcode stickers on your suitcase? I think those can kind of make you feel like you're still traveling. And I've seen lots of people who had their like stickers on their baggages, and yeah, you could totally tell that they've been around the world for, you know, over a decade or so because they have so many stickers on them. I thought that was very interesting as well. Also, let's see the chat room now. We have Benny saying, I choose unpack because I love to clear our stuff right away. Ooh, hard worker. All right, so maybe Benny doesn't get slapped on his butt from his mom, right? And Kaini was saying, I think girls do the V sign the most in my country. Boys seldom do it. I see. Oh, so like in the beginning of our video, we kind of talked about how Koreans usually do the V sign when they're taking a picture. So I asked people in the chat room if they do the V sign when they're taking a photo, and Kaini was responding to this. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, so I guess, you know, for boys, they don't do that. And nor do they like put on the parasol in this summer heat, right? And Siwon Dunim is saying, I once left some moving boxes, which is 이삿짐, unpacked for 5 years and took them with me. Still unopened when I moved again. Wow. Maybe Siwon Dunim lives alone, because if you live with your family members, that is like nearly impossible to do that. If you just leave there for a week or so, they're going to be like, is the box nailed to the floor? And you're like, no. Then you're like, oh, so you can move it, right? Yes. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for your clever answers. And we're going to go listen to the song. And here is 어제처럼 Good Night by Lovelies.
안녕이란 말로만 참 쉬운 거 매일 너의 목소리 내게 습관보다 무서운데 너 혼자서 준비하고 그런 얘기하지마 화를 내면 정말로 끝일 것 같아서 애써 나는 웃지만 눈물이 나 어제처럼 이별 대신 good night 매일 네 맘 바뀔지 몰라
time for Screen Bites, where we get to learn those everyday English expressions through scenes from movies and TVs. And this week, we're watching Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, in Korean title, Eternal Sunshine. And the movie follows Joel, played by Jim Carrey, a quiet and introverted man who often struggles to express what is thinking or feeling. And in today's scene, Joel is sitting alone by the beach, writing down a few thoughts. And as his mind wanders, we get a glimpse of his quiet and slightly awkward personality. So let's listen to today's scene, and this is Joel talking to himself. Sand is overrated. It's just tiny little rocks. If only I could meet someone new. I guess my chances of that happening are somewhat diminished, since I'm incapable of making eye contact with a woman I don't know. Maybe I should get back together with Naomi. She was nice. Nice is good. She loved me. So with that, here goes today's expression. If only I could meet someone new. If only I could meet someone new. 새로운 사람을 만날 수만 있다면 좋을 텐데. So the expression, if only, is used when we strongly wish that something were different. It often carries a feeling of hope, regret, or frustration. So when the character Joel here says, if only I could meet someone new, he's not simply saying, I want to meet someone new. He's expressing a wish that feels difficult to make happen. And in the scene, Joel wants to connect with someone, but he also admits that he cannot even make an eye contact with a woman that he does not know. That's why if only fits his situation so well. And this term, this if only phrase is often followed by could when we wish we had the ability or opportunity to do something. So now let's practice with a few example dialogues, and here's our first one. Hey, you look exhausted. If only I could take a day off. Here's our second example. The flight tickets are super expensive. I know. If only I could travel during the off-season. Here's our last example. Hey, why don't you go and introduce yourself? If only I could be that confident. So once again, today's expression, if only I could meet someone new. In Korean, 새로운 사람을 만날 수만 있다면 좋을 텐데. So remember here, if only expresses more than a simple wish. If it often suggests that the speaker really wants something, but feels that it may be difficult, unlikely, or impossible. And you guys can use it when talking about those abilities or opportunities, regrets, or situations you wish you could change. So with that, we're going to wrap up today's Screen Bites, everyone. And tomorrow, we're going to continue with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and learn another fun, useful English expression. For now, let's go listen to the song. Here is Mona Lisa by M. Black.
Everybody on the left, everybody on the right, everybody, everybody in the house. Say la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah. Baby say yeah 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 yes, don't say no 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 no. 눈을 뗄 수 없어 날 가질 수가 없대 no 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 no. 이런 적 처음이야. 나를 봐 왜 어딜 봐. 불러도 아무 대답 없는 너보다 잊어 여기 너의 자리에 날 떠나지 마. I know I know I know I know. 사랑해 사랑해 사랑한다. 태양보다 뜨겁게 원한다. 넌 가질 수 없는 모나리자 같아서 두려워. 내게 안녕이란 말하지 마. 그런 눈빛으로 내게 말하지 마. Baby say yes, baby say yes. 모나리자 같은 표정을 하고. Hey. Oh, 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 baby say yes, baby say yes. 난 원하니 서서 바라보.
끝까지 아무 말 없이 무표정한 듯 웃으며 난 멀어지고 있어 No I know I know I know 사랑해 사랑해 사랑한다 이렇게 소리쳐 불러본다 넌 가질 수 없는 못난 이자 같아서 두려워 내게 안녕이란 말하지 마 그런 눈빛으로 내게 말하지 마 Baby say yes Baby say yes 못난 이자 같은 표정을 하고 hey. Oh baby say yes Baby say yes 난 원한이 섰어 바라보고 있어 널 만질 수는 없지만 널 가질 수는 없지만 널 원해 Everybody on the left, everybody on the right, everybody but body, everybody in the house. Say la 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 la, oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la. 내게 안녕이란 말하지 마, 그런 눈빛으로 내게 말하지 마. Baby say yes, baby say yes. 못난 이자 같은 표정을 하고.
Welcome back to Flashback, everyone. We're going to step back into the 90s and 2000s with Korean dance songs that still know how to get us moving. First up, we have 사랑만들기 by Papaya. So this is one of the songs that seem almost designed for a group singing room. And the melody is easy to follow, and the chorus here arrives with plenty of energy. And the lyrics sound like advice your friends might shout out as someone who is afraid to date again. And that is part of the charm of early 2000s dance pop. And even when the story involved heartbreak and hesitation, the music rarely allowed everyone to sit quietly and feel sad. Instead, it turned emotional recovery into something you could sing, clap, and dance through together. Next song, we have 첫사랑 by 파란. So when 파란 debuted, they were introduced not only as a Korean idol group, but as a team prepared for international activities from the beginning. And the members had studied languages, trained together for about 2 years, and even worked on parts of the album's production and vocal arrangements. And their name was also built from the initials of the 5 members, while carrying the Korean meaning of creating a wave or sensation. So behind this innocent first love song was a surprisingly ambitious plan. 5 young singers hoping to create a blue wave far beyond Korea. So now let's go enjoy these 2 songs back to back. We have 사랑만들기 by Papaya, followed by 첫사랑 by 파란.
사랑하는
we just played two songs from Flashback segment, 사랑만들기 by Papaya, followed by 첫사랑 by 파란. And to this song, 현철님 was saying, I was confused with 파란 with the Coyote song, and the singer also has a song called 파란. I see. So I guess he was a bit confused, but now I hope that kind of clarified it. Yes, and he's saying, I'm sorry for the girl group Papaya. I thought it was a fruit like mango. It's fine. We have like so many singers out there that we introduce to you guys, and I'm sometimes even confused, right? But no worries. Thank you for your message. And Kaini was saying earlier to Siwon Dunim, saying the reason why your date is quiet is that he or she is not interested in you. Because Siwon Duni was sharing earlier with us that whenever he goes on a blind date with the introverts, they're both so quiet, right? But I guess if you're going on a blind date with an introverted person, you can kind of tell if the person likes you or not. I guess the way they look at you or the way that they text you, right? Because if they're silent during the blind date, but they text you like very actively, that means that they have feelings for you, right? That's one good thing that you can kind of tell whether the person likes you or not. And also, Benny is saying in 2011, B1A4 versus Block B are the big rivals. Ooh, yes. So at the time, I guess, Block B was a huge thing as well as B1A4, and they were more known as like the mellow group, right? And their songs are just so amazing. I loved them. And also, Kaini was saying, I got it wrong. I thought the V sign was a heart gesture. In Chinese, we call it scissor sign. Oh, you call it scissor sign. I guess, like in the Western countries, if you pose for the picture as like kimchi, then they just take it as like a victory. But in Japan or in Korea, it's more of like a kimchi or cheese kind of sign, right? It's like a cute gesture, I think, right? And also, in Bite-Sized Banter segment, we were kind of talking about whether you guys unpack right away after a trip or you just leave it there for days, right? And we have a wonderful surprise. We have our previous host for Midday Mate, Kimberly, checking in with us. Hello, Kimberly, saying, I unpack right when I get home. Throw everything into the washer ASAP. Oh, I think this is a wise way because, I guess Kimberly is very diligent in this sense, right? And sometimes if you leave your clothes in your bag for too long, I think it sometimes has this weird scent, right? So yeah, that's a very clever way and wonderful to see you, Kimberly. Thank you for checking in with us. And also, Kaini was saying I would unpack right after a trip because I have a procrastination problem. If I don't do it right away, I'll forget it. But I mean, if you have like a big bag, then you won't forget it, right? If it's just standing there for days. But I guess, there are lots of productive people here. Ooh, all right. And also, we have PK님 saying 짐을 바로 푸는 편이긴 한데 한 번씩 까먹고 놔두면 계속 방치되는 것 같아요. So he's saying he tends to unpack right away, but once he forgets, then the suitcase just becomes part of the furniture, right? Yes. And 현철님 is saying 저는 여행 후에 짐을 바로 풀어요. 왜냐하면 do the laundry를 해야 하거든요. I guess there are so many people who have their lives together. Oh my goodness. Yes, and we also have some trainees for today's Screen Bites line. If only I could meet someone new. And guys, okay, that's the last thing you want to say to your wives and husbands out there, okay? 새로운 사람을 만날 수 있다면 좋을 텐데. That's what it means, right? That would be a red flag or yellow card. And Benny's practicing today's line saying, if only I could meet someone new. Yunji says that if she could meet someone new, I guess that's better. Yes. I want to say that. Kaini was saying, if only I could find a girlfriend, my parents wouldn't pressure me anymore. That's a good one. Oh my gosh, yes. I guess Kainim is going through that phase where his parents are kind of nagging about him not getting a girlfriend, right? Am I correct or no? Okay, and also we have Yoonjung님 checking in as well, saying good afternoon all. Hello Yoonjung님, welcome to the show. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for all your messages. And that's going to do it for today's Sweet Date. Thank you for keeping me company this Tuesday, guys. And I hope the rest of your day brings a good conversation, easy moment, or something pleasantly unexpected. And we're going to close this show with final song, Pretty Girl by Kara. So take good care, guys, and we'll meet you again tomorrow. At what time? 12:05. Shine your light. Bye-bye.